Hey, what's up, my friends? There are two things that I think you need to know about this disco party light, and I'm gonna talk about those two things in just a second, but first, I wanna talk about the features on this thing because there's so many features to this light, and I had no idea when I bought it how many different things it could do, so I just wanna go over those with you really quick. First, let's talk about the unit itself. As you can see, I have it on right now. There is a small button on the backside, or a little switch, that you can actually turn the unit off physically from the unit yourself. Now you can also have this off, and there is a power button from the remote as well. By the way, it comes with a remote with so many different modes and features, and I'm gonna go over each one of those in just a second. So let's turn that back on. So one, just know if you get it out of the box and it's not turning on, there is an on-off on the unit, there is an on-off on the remote. And the other thing to know too is there is what's called sound mode, where it reacts to music or the sounds that are happening in the room, which it's doing right now. As you can see, it changes. I don't know if you can see, but it changes as I talk because it's reacting to the sound. It's the sensitivity to the sound, which is really, really cool. But if you get it out of the box and it's in sound mode 1 and you don't have any sound happening in the room, it might look like it's not working. That's just a little tip for you that I had to figure out on my own, and hopefully that's helpful. All right, so also on the back side of the unit here, we plug into a power cord that is a USB-C, which I love. Everything coming with a USB-C, not some specialized cord that you absolutely have to have for this particular unit. You could use any USB-C cord. It does come with a USB-C cord that's about 8 feet long. So it unplugs here, USB-C on this end, and then it's USB-A with a charging block on the other end. So it comes with this, and it does come with the charging block as well. USB-A, put that into the charging block, plug that in, and then you plug this into the unit. So just know, if depending on where you want this thing, it is gonna determine whether or not you need an extension cord. So just evaluate, about 8 feet, and that should help you get there. All right, so there's a couple of different lights actually on the actual unit. So right here, just know this is the optical reader right here. So if that's covered up, it's not going to be reacting at all to the remote or what's happening, what it's projecting, all of that sort of stuff. So you want to make sure that this does not get covered up. You also have this right here on the right side. I don't know if you can see that very well. Maybe let's turn it off and you see if, okay, so this light right here is what they call the disco light. That projects like a full color on the wall or wherever you're pointing it to, which is really cool because then it overlays the optical light right here and the lasers. So you've really got 3 different elements going on with this light, which is cool. So you've got that solid kind of canvas, and then it paints on the canvas with this optical and the lasers, and you can control each of them individually, which I'm going to show you now, and just so you can understand how this works. So I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to dim the lights just a little bit. And like I said, remember it's on sound mode right now. So let's just dim these lights so you can see it well. So the sound mode reacts. So imagine if you're singing or you're playing music or anything like that, it's going to react to that. This is not going to work because you're not going to be able to see the remote. Let's turn a little bit of light on here. You can still see that. All right, so on this remote right here, come on, focus up. Here we go. We got power button right here, so that turns the unit on and off. Has to be pointed to it, and it's faced the other direction. So let's turn it back on. So power button right here. You have strobe right here. So this basically makes the light just go like a strobe light. Anything that it's doing, any mode that it's in or whatever, it's just blinking like that. A little neurotic. Not really my party style. Then you have 3 auto modes on this remote. You have auto 1 right here. Let's see if we can get this to focus up. So we have auto 1 right here, auto 2, and auto 3. Those are just gonna be different modes of lights. When you push them, it's gonna change and give it kind of a different mood, all that sort of stuff. You also have 3 sound modes. So you have sound 1, sound 2, and sound 3. This is really gonna dictate how the light reacts to any sound that you have going on in the room, and you can kind of change that sound. You can also change some aspects of that sound reaction that I'll talk about in just a second. You have the lasers, so you can turn the lasers on and off. See, all of those little designs and shapes and all of that sort of stuff are the lasers. So I can just turn those off and I can just have what they call the disco. This is what they call the disco. I can also turn the disco off. So now you just have that solid background light that I was talking about. Now let's turn all of those back on. There we go. All right, next we have RGB. You can choose the color scheme that you're working with. So if you have a party or a dance or something that you have a color scheme for, let's get this. You can change that up by pushing this button and it will rotate through them. You can pause it. So if it's on something that you like, you can, like in the lasers or something, you can just pause it right there. You can change the mode here, the LED mode to, and again, RGB. So this is a little bit repetitive, but similar to this. You have the sensitivity. So this is gonna be sound sensitivity. So how much does it react to the sound in the room? And then you have a timer set. So you can set it for 1 to 3 hours right here on the timing set, or you can just have it run nonstop. And then speed, you can really slow it down for slower songs, or later in the evening, you can have it fast for faster songs, or earlier in the evening, however you want to work that for yourself. So lots of different possibilities in modes and options and all of that kind of stuff. But this thing has been awesome just to have around the house for kids' parties, birthdays, all that kind of stuff. And it really sets a mood and a mode, and we've loved having it. So hopefully you love it as much as we do. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.